I appreciate all your reporting this difficult day. Joining us, CNN political commentator Scott Jennings, former special assistant to George W. Bush, and CNN political analyst and investigative journalist Carl Bernstein. We're also going to have a panel on law enforcement because there's a lot of questions about, why were protesters, rioters, insurrectionists, domestic terrorists able to penetrate the Capitol like this? Why were there not preparations as there were for Black Lives Matter protesters this summer? Scott, should President Trump remain in office for the next 2 weeks?
Well, I've been wrestling with this question all day. He's clearly violated his oath of office to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution to the best of my ability. And no one could, with a straight face, argue that he is preserving, protecting, or defending it. In fact, it's the opposite of defending it. It's under attack. And so he's certainly not doing any of that to the best of his ability. So if you wanted to strictly look at his oath, he's violated it. You could probably make an argument he violated it this weekend when he called the Georgia Secretary of State as well, which seems like a lifetime ago. I don't know the answer. I know that there are things being discussed. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Tonight, he doesn't seem like, to me, based on the tweets that were removed, that he learned any lesson after this got out of hand today. This is what you get when you steal an election. He didn't learn anything when this happened today. And so if that's going to be his attitude for the next 2 weeks, I'm very fearful of what other insurrection-type activities. And that's exactly what it was. It was an insurrection. And it should be labeled as such. I can't believe more people haven't been arrested for storming the Capitol of the United States. And I can't frankly believe there are still Republicans tonight siding with the people who stormed the Capitol by voting for these objections, siding with the people who are wearing animal pelts and horns and scaling down the walls of the U.S. Senate. It's absurd, and it's a stain on this president, on our party, on our country. And I cannot believe what I saw on my television today and had to explain to my children at home.
And I know Trump supporters who are good and decent people who are raising questions about, well, those weren't really Trump supporters storming the Capitol. The guy wearing, horns on his head showed up in another demonstration. That doesn't look like a Trump supporter. It's unbelievable how already they are trying to rewrite what we all witnessed with our eyes. Carl, do you believe the 25th Amendment can be invoked and